Hey everybody, CalviNNatioN here with another video for you. In today's video I'm going to bring you just a very quick little one on the AB here. This is the production alpha beast I got from Nardo, or the Nardog, or his actual real name, Nardath, on YouTube that is. And I just wanted to show you guys this knife nice and close up, give you a little look on what it looks like. Also give you just like a very, very quick first impressions. Only flipped this knife for probably 10 minutes total. Just kind of got home from construction. So, can't really give you a full in-depth review yet. Of course, that's going to be coming as I flip this a little bit more. But yeah, like I said, flip this for like 10 minutes, and I like it. I'll give you some very, very quick critiques and just what I like about it as well. Also, I've been flipping my 51 a lot recently, so that's just sitting here, my 42 sitting here. Of course this isn't going to be a review, but whatever, we'll just put them beside each other anyway. So here I'll just give you a quick little look at the knife closed. It's a very nice knife. I liked it a lot better in person than I saw it on other people's videos and pictures. I think it looks a little bit cooler than it does in pictures. Like I say, it's a knife that I didn't really care for the look wise, and it's really still not my flavor, but I do think it's a lot nicer looking in person, that's for sure. Blade shape is not my favorite either, but it definitely grows on me a little bit more as I say, in person. So here's the blade. It's got a nice stonewash finish, pretty well done. BRS stands for Blade Runners, obviously. One thing that I didn't really care for about the Alpha Beast, just in looks, is that it didn't have the horns. I honestly think that a Bali's not necessarily a Bali without its horns. I think horns just make Balis look way cooler, to be honest. Of course, it doesn't matter with flipping. In fact, probably makes flipping just a little bit better, but whatever. I'm not sure what torques it takes, but that's for the review. And here we have nice thick handles that are also rounded off. I also like these a lot better in person than I saw in pictures, like I say. I do like the look of this. At first I didn't, but I think from there, I think that's a really cool angle. I really like the way it looks from the side there. I think it's pretty cool. Pretty standard spacers there. Just block spacers. Now the latch is actually, and I knew it was going to be like this when I got this, the latch is my favorite thing about this knife, surprisingly. Even though I do like spring latches overall better than any other latch out there, spring latches aren't always good for flippers because, you gotta have space for the spring and all that, so with really high performance knives you can't really always get a spring latch in there. But with Blade Runners, what they did is they shaped the latch in a way, and this is so simple, but it is also very genius, and I can't believe no one's thought of this yet. But I think this should be on all T-latch Bali-songs from now on, and that is that they shaped it with a good enough kind of curve on the end so that when the safe handle comes in contact with it, it bounces it out. It's one of the most annoying feelings when you're flipping and you're doing good and your safe handle stalls at the end, and you can always tell in a video when it stalls. It just looks kind of funky, and then you kind of adjust yourself to get it there. But yeah, that's really good. I really like that. You can see that. But that's been talked about many times before. Obviously it does it in the open position as well. And also one thing I noticed is lockup is extremely tight too, so that's really nice. For some reason, they just really got the latch well done, and I'm really glad they did, because for some reason people just fall short on latches these days. I don't know why, but honestly, if I were making knives, I would make it so it almost can't latch right out of box, and then once it wears in a little bit, it'll be fully solid pretty much for your lifetime. With Zen pins, you're going to have a solid latch up for pretty much your lifetime, but often with tang pins, it's really not very solid. You can see here My 42 is kind of just barely hanging in there. The lightest squeeze and it'll come undone. Open position's a little bit decent now just because I've really flattened that tan pin. So, but the latch up is extremely sturdy, and I have a feeling it's going to be that way for a long ass time, especially in the closed position. Like, just putting pressure on it with my finger, like I'm putting a lot, it's not coming undone. You actually have to push it together and pop it out. 42, like you saw, it's just boop, like it comes out instantly. And that's the same with my chimeras, and my basilisk still got a very tight lockup, but I almost never latch that. I can't really give you a full prediction on what the basilisk would be like, but I assume the basilisk would also keep latch retention pretty good, similar to the AB there. Other than that, let's talk about flipping, what I liked about that. Flipping, I thought it felt lighter than I thought it was going to be. I don't know exactly how heavy the production model of this was, but I think the original one was 5.4 ounces. And I thought I heard that this is just about 5 ounces, but I think it's probably just a little bit more. As you guys know, I do like my lighter flippers, and it still definitely applies. I definitely like my 42. I hate to say it, but even my 51 a little bit more than this. 51, I haven't mentioned this, but I honestly think the 51 is the closest to perfection knife I've ever flipped. I like my 42 better, but the 51 was so close because here's what I've always said. I've always said that I think a knife can still flip similar to an Alpha Beast, something like that. It can still have the same control, at least, as a heavier knife, something like a Basilisk or an Alpha Beast like that. But it can still be a full-size Bali. It can still be light, like the 51. Like, you can see the 51 here. They use titanium liners and G10. That makes the handles extremely light. So they need a thinner blade stock to combine with the lighter handles to make it a balanced flipper. And this is only 3.3 ounces, and it's a 9-inch Bali. So I'm sure you can get a knife exactly around the 4-inch mark, 4-ounce mark, that's still like a 10-inch Bali. And that's the exact thing I would try to do if I was a knife maker. Use a nice thin stock, make around 10-inch Bali, use a composite handle or a hybrid handle with G10 and titanium, maybe even stainless steel spacers. I think the best knife, in my opinion still, is around 4 ounces, 10 inches, and has the same balance point as something like an Alpha Beast. Now Blade Runners, obviously, they do awesome stuff, but I don't know, maybe it's just my preference completely, but I'm quite surprised no one's really tried to do a Bali, that I've kind of mentioned just right there, like something like that. I think it can be done, and that's the thing I would like to do, and that makes me more interested in actually the Blade Runner's Replicant. I'm still not really a fan of the looks all that much, but I believe it's supposed to be around 4.5 ounces, which is definitely coming down, and 4.5 is still a lot nicer, in my opinion, than a 5+ ounce knife. But yeah, it's cool to see a lighter knife coming from them, so I'd like to try that one out too. I don't know if I'll buy it yet as well, but see if I can try that one out as well sometime. I think that'd be cool. Balance is great. I mean, like I said, I'd model a knife I would make after the Alpha Beast's balance. Again, it's just the weight that I don't really care for. Rollovers were great. Twirling, it was standard. Obviously, I can twirl a lot faster with these two guys, and also, again, obviously, flipping a heavier knife, that speed will come, because you got to train with a heavier knife. But yeah, it's super good all around. I really like it. But what do I like better out of, let's say, the 51, the Alpha Beast, the 42, the Basilisk, or the Tachyon? I'd probably rank it 42, surprisingly 51 second, Tachyon third, Alpha Beast 4th, and I think the Basilisk would be 5th. I'm really torn between the Alpha Beast and the Basilisk. Too bad I actually sent it away to Nardath in trade for this one, because I would really like to flip these side by side just to see what I think is better. But I do think I'd probably prefer the Alpha Beast over the Basilisk, especially because it's a little bit longer and a little bit more, I don't know, it's just better in flipping, especially with the latch and everything. But I think the performance of them are very close, so I would love to flip them side by side. That'd be cool. So, you know what? I think I'll probably end it there. This is pretty much a review. I have a feeling when I actually do the review, it's going to be pretty much the same as this, unless my impressions change a lot. But Alpha Beast, I think, you know, it's a solid knife, Knifezoid, and Lucifer, the guys who designed this, definitely props to them. Probably talk about those guys a bit more in the review as well. So that should be something to stay tuned for. Thanks for Nardath for loaning this to me. Hope you enjoy my my Tachyon and my Basilisk as well. I know I'll enjoy this guy, so thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for that review, and I will see you guys for the next video. Take care, guys.